How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to some more Danganronpa, another Despair Academy. I have beef, and I completely forgot to turn on my controller, so just give me a second. Immediately starts with a cut, I know. Alright, that's better. Anyways, everybody, welcome back to some more Danganronpa, another Despair Academy. I've got beef. I have got beef since episode 13. Which is actually just processing right now as I'm recording this, but I don't care. I have beef. This chapter in particular, I have beef towards. One last check before we start. Seems to be good. Let's fucking go. Anyways, class trial time. I'm looking forward to seeing if I was right. I am still pretty sure, like, it's been a few days since I've recorded episode 13, but I'm like, fairly certain I know exactly who did this. I just want to know the why. But yes, here we are. We're getting ready for this. I don't have anything else to add. I have beef. I need to find out the motherfucker who killed my precious baby girl Kanata, as well as second best lawyer boy, well, fifth best lawyer boy, Kakeru Yamaguchi, but mainly my baby girl Kanata. God, they're so similar. I even get them confused in regular talk. I'm so sorry, everybody. Kanata and Nori and Kakeru Yamaguchi are the victims of this case, and I want to know who did it. I just want to know. I'm fairly certain I do know, but oops, I don't know. The game might throw me a curveball. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. Just one last time, I promise. Okay, yes, perfect. Let's go. Oh, this beat is still so good. Okay, so if I recall correctly, the science lab was flooded, the library was full of blood, Mekaru was stuffed in a bloody locker, Kinjo was hit in the head, Kinji Uehara was struck and was full of blood as well. Kanata's lab coat was in the art room, Mekaru was also in the art room in a bloody locker. And was there anything else? Oh yeah, the blood packs from the infirmary were fucking gone. I am fairly certain I can piece together these things. I will need a bit of assistance during the Hangman's Gambit, so I might actually have to pause there to go on Discord and ask for a bit of help, if it's still in Korean, of course. I don't know if it's been translated. Hopefully it has. If it has, I'll just ask for help. If it hasn't, I'll just ask for help. Anyways, let's save again. Check truth bullets. So we have the Monokuma files. The estimated time of death was about 8:40. Found the library sharply cut. Okay. Kanata and Nori, she was fucking... The fact that she was electrocuted to death and we saw the death happening in real time is just messed up. Yamaguchi's body. Library bloodbath. Okay. Oh yeah, the testimony. She stopped by the science room just before nighttime last night. However, the door to the science room was not open. Okay. Let's just go for it. I'll remind myself of stuff as we go on with the trial. Trial in session. Also, I have my new water bottle with me for this.
Now then, let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial. The outcome of the class trial is decided by your votes. If you point out the black and blah 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 blah, you guys know. You guys know this. This isn't your first rodeo.
This translation is brought to you by Zephy. It's up to him, please. Like actually, just do it. Just do it. What are you doing if you haven't? Just do it.
So we have to find the culprit who killed Kanata-chan and Yamaguchi-kun, right? That's right! Now then, you may start your discussion.
You know, this is a little bit awkward, but can Jill lead again? I could keep you on top of my reasoning, but unfortunately, I won't be very helpful this time either. Yes, you were knocked the fuck out through most of it. I investigated in a hurry, but I don't know the details of the case, and there are several parts that I could not investigate.
Because you got beaten and knocked out by the killer, right?
She's enjoying that. What a piece of shit. I like her though. I think she is a more charismatic Byakuya. How the fuck does that happen? Then we have no choice but to do it ourselves as much as possible. It's gonna be a miracle if Mekaru helps us.
No, it'll be fine. If you keep talking, we'll reach an answer, right? When you start discussing, Kinja might find out something too.
I hope so.
Then let's do it as far as we can. This case has been far more different than the others. Unlike Mike or Tamori, who died suddenly while we couldn't see them, the murder took place right in front of us.
Yeah, that too. We know because 2 people were killed on different floors. Yep. My trigger finger wants me to check if OBS is doing fine, so I have to do it. I hate myself for this. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. I think the people on each other's floors will have different information. That was when Kinjo fainted last time.
Then it's best to listen to everyone as much as possible. We'll begin a summary of the case. Satsuki will help too.
The people who surveyed the 2nd floor and the people who checked the 3rd floor saw and heard differently, so we have to gather information. As Kawashikawa said, Kinjo doesn't know anything, so let's explain the incident and sort out the order in which the incident occurred. First, before the body discovery announcement rang this morning, Maeda, Taira, Iranami, Otori, and I were waiting for everyone to gather at the restaurant.
After 1 hour, Mikaku-chan arrived, but the rest were not coming at all, so we felt something was wrong and decided to find Kanata-chan and Yamaguchi-kun. Then on the 2nd floor, we found Uehara fainted, and fortunately he was able to come to his senses. But right after that, on the 3rd floor, there was a strange sound that went wild.
So we decided to act in 2 groups, the 2nd floor investigation group and the 3rd one. Kurokawa, Uehara, and me were on the 3rd floor. And as for the 2nd one, it was Taira, Kobashikawa, Otori, and Iranami who took over it. Alright, so you're saying the viewpoint diverges from there, is that right? That makes sense, yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense, it's just reality. It's a little too loud, give me a second. That's better. I don't know if my ears are more sensible because of the extreme heat we've been enduring lately, but whatever. In my case, I heard a rough story from the others in charge of the 2nd floor investigation, but there are probably many others who don't know about it yet.
Shall Maeda, Kurokawa, and me talk about the 3rd floor first? We went up to the 3rd floor, and then each of us decided to check a room. Maeda went to the art room, the epicenter of the strange sounds. I checked the science lab, and Kurokawa decided to check the rest of the rooms. The empty classrooms and casino. There was nothing wrong.
Like Uehara said, I headed to the art room, where I was able to confirm the identity of the strange noise. Yep, the sound that was coming from inside the locker. What I found was Mekaru, hands and feet tied up. Inside the art having your nose completely blocked up kind of screws with your talking. Inside the art room locker was Mekaru, with her mouth taped and her limbs were bloody, and she was kicking the locker door to try to open it. That was what the roaring sound was. Mekaru was trapped?
And bloody too!
Wait, she wasn't in a position to talk to the others either.
This incompetent child. I won't let this go so easily.
Why me? I was just trying to organize the case!
Maeda went to the art room and came along with Mekaru, and I wondered how we found her. She must have been trapped.
Well, at that time, the situation was so urgent that there were some things that could not be explained properly. But why was Mekaru found like that?
Why you ask? I was taken off guard by the killer. You also say that you were off guard. Don't worry, unlike the cop over there, I didn't give a damn.
Damn! She is going for it!
Oh, what do you mean? Don't mind and continue the discussion. I'll tell you after I watch you guys shovel some more.
You really are a piece of... Isn't there any even cooperative... isn't there any cooperativeness in here anymore? Ignore Mekaru and keep talking. Even if you don't know, I have to reason based on what I heard just now. Yeah, then I'll continue. After taking Mekaru out, we came through the corridor, but then Kurokawa and Uehara called out, mentioning that the science lab door was not opening.
As I said earlier, I went to investigate the science lab, but the door was tightly closed and couldn't be opened. In my attempt, I tried to force it open, but it was no use.
It's no use! I'm sorry.
The effort didn't seem good at all, so Kurokawa joined who came from investigating the other places.
Yes, there was even a scream coming out of the science lab. The 4 of us who were on the 3rd floor all focused on opening the door, and finally we succeeded in opening the door to it.
Was Kanata-chan dead? Shortly after, the body discovery announcement came out.
Everyone knows by now from seeing Inori's body, but it was so horrible that she was shocked to death and she couldn't even move from there. I have beef. I have a lot of beef right now to whoever did this. And I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but again, I'm not gonna say anything. But the crime didn't end there.
Yeah, it came out again. Another BDA.
That's Yamaguchi's BDA that we found in the library, right? In order to see what has transpired, we went down to the 2nd floor and joined you guys. And we also checked Yamaguchi's body. That's all from our report on the 3rd floor investigation team.
As for us, who checked the 2nd floor, are no different. Each of the 4 were put to investigate a classroom, and I, who went to the library, found Yamaguchi-kun and Kinjo-kun, and then the rest of the guys discovered the corpse one after another, and then the BDA rang.
So roughly that's how the case played out? Yeah, at first glance it's like a murder case, just like 2 people died overnight and we found them one after another, but the biggest problem with this case is that the killing was this morning, the same day. They went to the same areas as us, even the same hour, and committed a murder.
Is that you mean the estimated time of death in the Monokuma file?
That's right, according to the Monokuma file, Yamaguchi and Inori died at the same time. No, died at the time we were investigating the 2nd and 3rd floors. I mean, yeah, same time as they were investigating. I realized this, but as much as we've been acting in pairs and working with each other, we can prove everyone's alibi.
That's not the only weird thing, is it? When the science lab door was closed, we heard Inori scream clearly with a door in between. But when we opened the door, there was no one inside.
Now wait a minute! That's the same for us! The place where Uehara-kun was found,
Okay, hold up.
That's the same for us. The place where Uehara-kun was found, it was near the stairs of the 2nd floor. To get out of the library after killing Yamaguchi-kun, you must pass through there, so you couldn't have missed them.
When you went to search the library, did you go right away after breaking with the others who went to the 3rd floor?
Yes, when I went to the library, Yamaguchi-kun was already dead. If the culprit killed them in the library, I couldn't have missed that. And even if we say they secretly came out, Kanata-chan was killed too. To go up to the 3rd floor, they would have to pass Maeda-kun, right? All these things don't make any sense.
Oh, Akane, you're setting yourself up, girl. Come on. I didn't ask that far. Don't jump ahead.
Huh? Oh, yes, sorry.
What are you sorry for? You don't have to apologize to that guy. That's how Kinjo is. He doesn't like Taira anyway, so don't worry. Everyone else is not thinking badly of you, okay?
Oh no, it's alright, Kabashikawa-kun. No matter what others say, it is true that I stabbed Kizuna-chan, and it is true that Ayame-chan died because of me. I don't deserve to say anything else.
If you know that, then let's continue. Alright, my water bottle is fucking with me. It doesn't want to close. I also don't want to waste my time talking about bitter stuff, and even in class trials. So then, the biggest issue right now is how they didn't go back and forth without any of us noticing in that short time. Dude, I feel like Mikara right now, because it's so obvious that Kanata's killing was a murder setup. It's very, very obvious. Like, they left the faucet running. They had a timer connected to a fucking taser. The taser was set to go off at 8:30. And then when the alarm went off, the taser electrocuted the water, which in turn electrocuted Kanata. I don't know what else to say. It's super obvious. I still hate the fact that she was essentially burning alive for 5 minutes. That's oh god. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's go. Yeah, Nori and Yamaguchi's time interval was only 5 minutes. It is definitely impossible to kill in 2 places that's separated from different floor levels. It looks like that, but is that really how it happened? Let's think based on what we have investigated. I may have found the secret to this challenge. Non-stop debate. No, I didn't know how to do this. I don't know how to use the controller though, so this is gonna be fun. I'll figure it out, guys. Come on. Stun gun, science lab, flood, wooden board. Okay, I think those are all valid. Here. Okay, so that's how you switch. Okay, not necessarily. Yamaguchi was killed after. Do you know what? Okay, what it killed it? What it was that killed Inori? Electrocution by a stun gun. Right. Okay. Maybe it was the stun gun. That does make an electric shock against the body. I didn't even need to read the rest. Physics, baby! Yes, science! Hell yeah. Whoa, I think that's my first perfect ever in a class trial. No, the weapon that killed Inori was definitely a stun gun. It may not have been a direct hit from the stun gun, though. It wasn't a direct hit, but the weapon was the stun gun? Are you saying some kind of ghost hit, then? Haha, it's me. No, I would never do that. Have you all been to the science lab at least once? Wasn't that sea of water enough to overflow the corridor? The corridor, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not doing well today. At first I was wondering why they needed to do this. The fact that the science lab was turned into a sea of water. Inori was electrocuted. What was the cause to make this happen? If you let Kanata-chan submerge in water and drop the stun gun, you can cause an electric shock without touching the stun gun directly. Oh my god, that's actually so obvious though. But wait a moment, the stun gun itself is just a suppression tool. It doesn't come out with enough voltage to kill people in no time. Of course, that also depends on the device. However, if you allow water to pass electricity, it would be left enough for a person to pass through their body. Yeah, if that were the case, wouldn't the killer be able to electrocute indirectly with water, even if they didn't use the stun gun with their hands? Okay! Now this is interesting! No way! Maeda, your reasoning has a bunch of flaws! Of course the absolute moron would disprove science. What's wrong all of a sudden, Kabashikawa? Listen, I tried to reason my head wrapped around this crime for a while, but this logic is so wrong that it just doesn't fit. I always been beaten by Maeda, but today I won't lose to you. You're arguing for such a useless reason? Damn. Useless? You said it was useless? Fine then. Maeda, unfortunately for you, I found out what's wrong with your reasoning. Now then. This is my chance to point out your mistake. He's so happy. I'm sorry. I have... Okay, actually, I need to hear an explanation again. Yes. Start slashing words. I'll listen. Oh. Thanks. I don't remember how to do it, like... Okay, is it still... Let's see, okay. Broken mobile phone, Inori's body, bloody... It's the phone. It's gotta be the phone, isn't it? Yeah, it's... Okay, so I do remember. You can get electrocuted with... Okay, yes. But in order to get into the water, someone should be in the science lab. Nope. No. Progress, okay. No, not necessarily. If you only drown the stun gun, you can operate it remotely. Oh, only with superpowers. Moved on its own and fell into it. No. There we go. Yeah, that was easy. My god, okay, anything regarding Kanata's killing is super obvious. Kabashikawa, maybe there may be one. A tool that moves by itself. What? In fact, the science lab's stun gun wasn't just dropped there. Next to it, a mobile phone was connected with a strap. This is also new. It's a remix of Class Trial Solar Edition. I like it. The cell phone? You mean the one that Uehara discovered? Yeah, that's right. Maki's mobile phone. It was the one that disappeared, and you said it was there. Also, you said it was a self-moving tool? Why does that cell phone matter?
Actually, it matters because it has a vibration function that was used.
Yep.
Kinjo's right. That phone had alarm settings just before we heard Inori scream.
Ah, that's right. I understood this now.
So you connected the strap to the phone. Why is the alarm function related to moving? Am I the only one who doesn't understand?
Oh, Uehara, a vibration alarm function. You don't know what that is?
He's mad confused.
Alright, Uehara lived in the mountains, so you don't know the achievements of society, right? Let the civilized people tell you then. Satsuki, God bless you.
I did not live in the mountains.
Oh, that's a cool remix, I like it.
Uehara, what I wanted to explain was that they drowned the stun gun using the phone's alarms function.
The phone and the stun gun were connected by a strap. Probably the killer set the alarm at the time when the stun gun was going to get drowned, and placed the phone in a corner as if it were about to fall off the edge of the desk.
Oh.
When this happens, the alarm goes off at the preset time and the vibration function occurs. The cell phone moves little by little due to the vibration and eventually falls from the desk to the floor, dragging the stun gun away. Okay, yeah. I thought they were a little more clever than that, but I guess that does make sense.
I see, I understand now. So the stun gun that was connected to the cell phone fell along with it.
What do you think, Kawashikawa? With this, is it possible to electrocute Inori remotely without any... It is possible to electrocute Inori remotely without anyone in the science lab, right? Oh, yes, I lost. I didn't want to lose this time, but I lost to Maeda again. If people like Kinjo don't know, Maeda will be able to win.
Is it a problem to win and lose now? Take it seriously, this is a class trial.
I know that, but who would know about this? I only argued once because I thought my reasoning was better than Maeda's. It's fine, don't fight. Now, we have to focus on revealing the culprit's crimes first. Why am I mediating now? So Kanata-chan was electrocuted remotely using his cell phone in the flood, right? Say, you found out that that phone has an alarm function. Even if it is that type of phone these days, it looks like an old 2G phone. Okay, boomer. My question would be, is it waterproof? No. Waterproof? The fact that the stun gun fell into the water means that the cell phone that was connected to it also dropped. Old cell phones would probably break because of the water. No, rather the cell phone was floating on the floor of the science lab and it was in a broken state. The time was displayed and strange. The time displayed was strange, and the colors of the screen had strange marks and lines. I just found out that an alarm was set among other features that were still functional. So you can't use any other functions again? That's a little disappointing. Even if it's out of signal, it was still a mobile phone that could bear a clue in the future.
Hey, aren't you guys leaning down the road too much? If the problem is sorted out, let's move on to the next step if Inori's problem was already cleared up. We've still yet to hear a lot more from this case.
Oh, right. So as long as the killer can do a remote killing using their cell phone in the floor of water, they don't have to run directly on the second and third floors, which means it had to have been someone in the second floor.
I see. If you set it up in advance, the rest just needs Inori tied up so that she cannot move from that spot.
They may have used a lot of tape for that purpose.
It seems so. But if that's true, then what happened to Yamaguchi?
Huh? Is there anything amiss? The culprit did the kill themselves. Wait a second! Even if Kanata-chan is clear, is it the same with Yamaguchi-kun? When I discovered him in the library, there was only Kinjo who fell down.
If Taira's words are true, it would certainly be impossible to get out of the library without being noticed.
The time of death was 8:40 in the first place, and it's impossible for any of us to kill at that time? Maeda-kun, Uehara-kun, and Mikako-chan went to the third floor, so it's impossible.
Ooh, sorry guys. The burps.
Satsuki-chan, Kabashikawa-kun, Otori-kun, and I confirmed each other on the second floor, so it's all too far-fetched. And Kinjo and Mikaru were in the state of being beaten by the killer, right? Then who is the killer? A ghost? It's me. I'm the killer. I would never, though. I could never. No, wait. Wouldn't it be possible for him? You, Kinjo. He kinda has a point, though. He kinda has a point. Kinjo? Well, but Kinjo-kun was hit by the killer in the head, right? But if I know Danganronpa, it's not gonna be Kinjo. No, I feel bad for Kinjo, but think of it as terms of for elimination. Kinjo and Mikaru are the only ones who have no alibi at the time of the crime.
And Mikaru is a suspect too?
They were in the art room, though. It's too far from there. But Kinjo was found right in the library where Yamaguchi was dead.
So you're saying that he being knocked out was a self-made play?
But even I saw that one was quite severe to be a self-play, and then I tried to heal it.
Wasn't that prepared? If you're guilty in the first place, you'll get executed and die, but it's about hurting yourself. Isn't it possible for the criminal to get out simply by faking being a victim?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so you all consider me to be the culprit?
That's...
Do you really think I did the murder? If you say that, it only sounds like an excuse. If you're not the culprit, why don't you refute it logically? Isn't that your specialty? Because I really was fainted. I was lacking information. I'm not able to refute something that you think it's reasonable.
What? This is maybe... Kinjo, are you declaring your defeat?
I'll ask this for confirmation. Yamaguchi's time of death is 840.
It was written in the Monokuma file, so it's accurate.
And as soon as you went up to the second floor and scattered for investigation, Yamaguchi was already dead in the library.
Yes, I guarantee this.
You know that if you can't refute it, you'll confess that you're the culprit, right? Kinjo, is it really the culprit? A person of justice or a character who doesn't forgive criminals? I have to leave this emotion and look at things objectively. Is it true that only Kinjo and It is true that only Kinjo and Mikaru are without alibis and could have committed the crime. But I should think about this more. It's possible that we concluded this way too early.
Oh, what is this? Wait! Yeah!
Plaster weapon, library, bloodbath, Tyrus testimony. Okay. I don't remember. Okay, the only one that could do this is Kinjo. I was knocked out by the killer. Okay. That might be your own trick. You killed Yamaguchi in the library on the spot. Oh, okay. That I know exactly which one it is. You just have to pretend to be stunned by hitting your head.
Actually, the only one in the library who can do it at that time is Kinjo.
But the wound was real?
The wound was self-inflicted, it's a problem solved. Okay, I know exactly what it is now.
Kinjo really is the killer?
Wouldn't that be interesting? No, he's not. Yamaguchi was lying in the library. The person who can kill Yamaguchi in the library is the one who was in the same library, and it looks like that was only Kinjo in there. But is it certain that Yamaguchi was found in the library and died in the library? Let's recall what we investigated. This mystery can be solved too. That's fine. Okay. Easy! Yeah, Yamaguchi's a little more fuzzy, but I still know it. Unlucky, I lost a star of influence, so yeah. Kobashikawa, wait a minute, is that really true? You're asking if it's true? What do you mean? Kobashikawa just said it. He killed Yamaguchi, who was in the library, on the spot. That conclusion may have been wrong.
What do you mean?
It wasn't the same logic as in Maki's case. There's no guarantee that the murder took place where the body was found.
Huh? Then you mean he wasn't killed in the library?
I think that's more likely, because of the bloodstains where they were dragged from outside. If Yamaguchi was really dead in the library at the beginning of the day, it would be an impossible crime. Then where is it? Where did Yamaguchi die? I'm not really sure. Maybe it was in the art room?
The art room? That's so far away.
The main stage of this case is likely to be the science lab in the library. In fact, it might not be an exaggeration to say that the art room is more important than these two. Oh, I see! The reason why the art room is an important place and why Yamaguchi might have died in the art room other than the library. I saw that tool and And though it is very little, that tool had blood on it. It's the tarp. It's the, yeah, hold up, it's this, right? Nope, that's not it. Okay, oh, it's the murder weapon! I'm so dumb! It's a tool! Plaster statues, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Yuki, I'm stupid. It's the murder weapon. The possible murder weapon, the plaster weapon. There we go. I was wondering what the plaster weapon was. I've completely forgot. I forgot what a few days do to a motherfucker. Anyway, there were some plaster weapons in the art room. It's made of stone, but if you get its edge fairly sharply enough and swing it as a weapon, it becomes such a spear that you can really cut easily on human flesh. Yep.
No way! That spear made of stone was the thing that killed Yamaguchi-kun?
It probably is, because one of the plaster weapons had a blood spot. Wait a second! Yamaguchi died in the art room, but was he there? Isn't it a bit hard to say he died there? He could have been killed in the library and put back in that place for a while, right? That's not possible. There was a plastic wrap with blood in the trash can from the art room.
A plastic wrap?
Kinjo found it too. You didn't have much time to investigate it. That's right, so I couldn't realize that the plaster weapon had blood on it. I just listened to Maeda's theory and found out its connection. Then how was the plastic wrap used? As Maeda said, if there is blood on the plaster weapon, there's a high chance that the murder weapon is that. The Monokuma file also said something sharp. If so, the killer would have killed Yamaguchi with the wrap around the blade of the shedding.
Hey, you said the wrap is covered in blood, right? I mean, is that a tool to prevent blood from getting into the weapon?
Pretty much, yeah.
I realized that, but isn't there something odd? They used the wrap to keep the blood from getting into, but Maeda said the plaster weapon had blood on it. Isn't that contradictory?
Did I not mention this? It wasn't just spread, it was faintly spread. Sorry. That was not an ordinary blood mark. It was an oval round blood mark the size of a nail.
Oh, how can blood be like that?
I see, I understand after listening to Maeda. It was a simple accident to get blood on the plaster weapon.
An accident?
I don't know how many people have gone through the trash cans in the art room, but if you've seen the plastic wrap, you know. In the wrap there was blood all over except this one round hole. Oh, I see! If it were the original intention of the criminal, a spot of blood should not have been rubbed on the weapon. But somehow part of the wrap was torn. That's why the bloodstain remained.
Aha! Then as these two stated, the culprit killed Yamaguchi in the art room with the weapon that was in the art room. And then the evidence was put in the trash bin. That's great! These are excellent detectives.
Wait a minute, wait. I know that the wrap prevents blood from splattering, I get it, but that could have been done in the art room by bringing the wrap to the library, then do the killing and then dispose of the evidence in the art room. Of course you can see it that way, but it wasn't just a wrap that was in the art room's trash. Maeda, if you found out the wrap, you must have seen that thing too. How about you tell the others about that? That thing, you mean something that was thrown in the trash with the plastic wrap? That must be... Now it's the bloody coat. Yeah. There it is. Kinjo, you mean Inori's white coat? Indeed, Inori's white coat with a lot of blood.
As a result, Inori's body was not wearing a white coat. Why was the coat in such a place?
Wait a minute! Kanata-chan she died in a terrible manner, but she didn't bleed at all. But there's blood on it?
I don't know why Inori's white coat was in the art room, but one thing is certain, the killer used the white coat to wipe the blood off. Wipe it off? But isn't it still there? You can tell just by looking at the shape of the blood. In all likelihood, it's a bloodstain that seems to have been rubbed with blood at some point. You can see that it was used to destroy the evidence. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Well, but it was Yamaguchi who shed blood, right? Where do you say they wiped the blood off?
It's the art room itself. The art room had traces of blood on the floor. There were traces of blood left.
As Kurokawa mentions, there are traces of blood wiped off the floor of the art room. I've even checked with the smell, so I'm sure. I see, I didn't know about it, but there was blood on the floor. If that's the case, it proves that they wiped the blood with the coat. Blood splattered on the floor of the art room? Someone mentioned this before, only Yamaguchi shed blood. Then by process of elimination, that means the blood splattered in the art room is...
When Yamaguchi-kun died in the art room.
Indeed, that would be good enough for the reason we didn't find these on the second floor. This is Kinjo after all. Even if we investigate for a few minutes, they will remain to solve all these cases. can only put my reasoning up to this point. Even if Yamaguchi died in the art room, the mystery still remains unsolved. He is right. What? Which mystery?
No matter where the body died, what you saw with your own eyes was Kakeru Yamaguchi's body, who died in the library. Then the corpse must have been moved by the killer, which in turn means they somehow moved from the art room to the library.
Oh, that's a surprise, Mikaru helping us.
How frustrating this is. Anyway, think carefully. The time of death of Kakeru Yamaguchi and the time until you found the body.
The spell bullets. Oh no, do I have to? Okay, yeah. We recommend. Okay, yeah. Yes. Learn to scan for crew. I fucking love this translation. Alright. In the case of an ordinary non-stop debate, multiple truth bullets are given, and it is common to fire a truth bullet suitable for the opponent's statement. In this case, however, you can scan a bullet from another friend's yellow statement to make it your own. To scan, press X or escape.
I'm using a controller. I don't know which one it is.
While pointing the yellow text. However, if there is no specific skill for this, a considerable delay is given to the scan. And if a friend's words miss during the scan will fail. Oh. Also, scanning a truth bullet doesn't mean it's the end, because you've got a truth bullet that will be the correct answer. So you need to refute it by using the scan truth bullet as usual for the contradictory remark. You can't scan any statements either. You can only scan one truth bullet. Don't hesitate to scan if you hear any suspicious yellow comments. Scan bullets don't disappear unless you shoot them for correct or incorrect answers. If you scan the wrong statement, the scan will disappear and we'll go back to the beginning. Okay, truth bullets other than those that have been scanned won't disappear until they are shot. It's basically a scan. It's basically like the scanning from the normal games. In other words, in some cases after scanning, you may skip all the comments and go back to the beginning, but in the scan state, your speaking power will not be reduced unless it is a mistake. So you can oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Non-stop debate. Yeah, so this one is to teach us how to scan, basically. How to scan. What's the mystery? Okay, hold up. I don't know how to scan. Hold up. I'm using a controller. This is weird. Okay. There was no sign of anyone. How did Yamaguchi teleport to the library? That is the mystery. Reasoning is possible, but the contradictions don't stop.
Wrong time of death?
No, that can be it. Kinju doesn't know. We're drawing a blank here. Okay. Yeah, I might have to use my keyboard for this. Okay. Day or night, huh? Oh! It's nighttime! That's it! Is the art room around 8:40, except everything... He did die in the art room, but there were bloodstains in other places and the body was moved to the library. It feels like everything was prepared in advance. There's only one thing that eliminates that possibility. Monokuma file. The file has always been correct about its information. This is no exception. Okay. We missed something very vital here. That was not only added to for this file. I think, okay, yeah, it's easy. But I do need to do this weirdly. Okay. This one's weird. Okay. I think I have to scan day or night. Okay, or this one. Hold up. Let's see. All that is written in the mock. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, let's go. Try this. Aha! Let me go forward, please. Thank you. Yes, I know, Yuki. It is in the nighttime, do not worry. That explains a few things. Haha! It is the right one, okay. That's confirmation, and I know exactly where to shoot it. Shoot it! Shoot it! No! Shoot it! Eh! Do I have to shoot it with escape? Why didn't I shoot it? What the fuck? Didn't I shoot it? I probably didn't read something about shooting this. Okay. That's weird. I feel like we're gonna be here a while. God, it's so damn hot outside. I am melting. That's not helping. Yes, I know it's the right one. I also like the effects. Okay, here we go. Again. I'm gonna try escape first. Nope. There we go. Yes! I knew it. I'm very smart. The only time I feel smart. Like, this has been the only case so far in this game that I, like, have a faint understanding of what the fuck's happening. Day and night. Day and night? Guys, wait a second! Wait, there's something that bothers me. What's wrong, Maeda-kun? Does anyone have Yamaguchi's Monokuma file? I brought it the last time I checked. Why? Did you think of anything? Kinjo, read what was written in that Monokuma file without any mistake, please. Okay. The estimated time of death of the victim, Kakeru Yamaguchi, is about 8:40. Found in the library, sharply cut from the back neck to uvula. The weapon is presumed to be something sharp, no other visible trauma. Something is weird, is it not? Something is weird. What is? In this Monokuma file, it says the time of death is 8:40, but it doesn't say at all whether it is AM or PM. Dude, the music is so good. Yeah. Huh? Yeah? It's better than the police, am I right? It was like that. I don't understand what you're talking about. Teruya and Kobazing too. Please explain to us. What? Hey, why do you mention me and make me a fool? Did you understand then? Please explain, Maeda. Okay, think for a moment. In the Monokuma file we've seen so far clearly indicated whether it was in the morning or afternoon. The victim is Kyokamaki. The estimated time of death is about 6 a.m. The body was found with her neck hanging in the women's bathroom in the dorm area. The cause of death is a bruise in her occipital region. She had massive bleeding. The victim is Tomori Kizuna. Estimated time of death is 9:30 p.m. The body was found in the switch gym in the power room on the second floor of the school. There is a long torn wound on her stomach and the bleeding is massive. The cause of death is a cut wound on the esophagus caused by a knife. Ah, it really is! AM or PM are not written in this Monokuma file. It was a blind spot. I'm sure the Monokuma file is the only one that says the truth, but it's not being mistaken. Rather, it was us. It's not 8:40 a.m. The real time of the incident took place the night before. It was 8:40 p.m.
Then Yamaguchi-kun, you're saying he was already dead since last night when we were walking around?
Wait a minute! Aren't we jumping too fast here? Just because it doesn't say whether it was at morning or night, it's not enough to conclude that he died in the night before. Maybe Monokuma forgot and missed it in the first place. No, it's not a jump nor a leap. Rather, this case cannot be solved unless it's this way. At first, I was fainted, so I thought I was lacking information. But considering the premise of 8:40 p.m., now the back and front have started to fit. Still! Or do you want to ask Monokuma then?
Eh?
Until now, the Monokuma files also always recorded the time of death in the morning or afternoon. But is there any reason for omitting that point only in this occasion?
Well, that's... No comment! If you ask me that, I will be the one in trial. I've said it again and again. I've decided not to meddle with the trial. That's a big no.
The Monokuma file always gives only the right information, and based on it, helpful for reasoning. It's kind of a service system.
But now, because of the Monokuma file, it's causing a confusion or misinformation. It becomes a useless debate. I think this is a problem, Monokuma. A problem? That?
Dude, Kurokawa just destroyed Monokuma with facts and logic. Let's go.
I can help you now. It is not saying anything wrong. I just can't tell you. I'm pretty sure this is it. Monokuma files always and only tell the truth. But some may have felt it through this incident so far, right? According to the content of each case, the description of the content is adjusted accordingly and properly orchestrated.
It was orchestrated?
In simpler terms, it's like this. For example, let's say that the killer wants to implement a whole new body trick for that purpose. In that case, the Monokuma file would be, it was drunk with XXX.
Indeed, it's a delicate system that makes me sick.
That's it! The Monokuma file is only a tool that helps in the investigation, not a tool to tell the truth. Because then, you guys will pay the price.
It seems like you wouldn't know the... Oh! I didn't skip that. That skipped on its own, I'm sorry. That's why the timelines are subtracted from the Monokuma file. Very strange, isn't it?
What's that? I can't hear you. I don't know anything. La 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 la.
It was bound to happen. In fact, because of this time trick, almost got us very badly. We were drastically wrong at those moments. No, it certainly looks that way. But are we really sure? Without certain evidence, it could be just an inference based on Monokuma's words and circumstances.
Why are you so negative? Did someone stab you?
What the fuck? It's not like that, I just want to be sure. Sure, it's not like we don't understand it. Yeah, well, if that's the case, I'll be sure to submit evidence, as Haruhiko said. Shall we try it?
You have evidence?
Yes, before I used to think about whether this was done in the morning or at night, but I knew the timeline trick, and there was some solid evidence to support that claim. The questions I felt during the investigation, I could feel it while I was examining Yamaguchi's body. Yamaguchi was dead for a day. Because of these questions are understandable. The question is, a stopped bleeding. Yep, the blood had dried. The proof is simple. Yamaguchi's wound was not bleeding.
Huh? That's not it, is it? It was because the library was a bloodbath.
That's obvious. That's obvious that is the case, but anyone who has examined the body in detail could have felt the sense of something misplaced. The blood is recent in contrast to the library. Yamaguchi himself, though, did not have a single drop of blood coming out from his neck cut. You saw that? I didn't really check the body in detail. Definitely. It felt strange, too. When I heard about Yamaguchi's time of death and thought about it again, if things connected in some way. Okay, that does make sense. And that also kind of replenishes a bit of my confidence in who I think did this to about 80%. We're in the percentage game. We're in the percentage game now, boys. Then let's sort this out. The blood was far gone. Is that what it means? It's been some time since he died. Oh god. C0. Maeda, help me. Computer code took me over. God damn it. So the blood already stopped?
Oh, I see. It supports the idea that Yamaguchi-kun was already dead yesterday evening.
Wait a minute, please. Sure, that may be true, but what happened to the blood in the library? The blood was not drying, it was just flowing.
The blood in the library is just a diversion for the criminal to make us think like Yamaguchi just died. The packets of blood! Let's go. The blood that filled the library was probably what the killer used. That tool would in the infirmary. Oh, okay. Where is it? The missing blood packs. Kureo. Do you know there's a refrigerator in the infirmary that keeps blood transfusion packs? Oh, it was for storage of the transfusion packs. I think I brought one for the injured man to drink when he was thirsty. What? No, inside there are a lot of transfusion packs for each blood type. I found out during my investigation this morning that the blood transfusion packs from inside were gone. I didn't know because I couldn't go to the infirmary, as Maeda said.
The blood in the library. It was a pool of blood made by transfusion packs. It was a room of lies.
Reiko. Sorry.
It was like that. It was a little weird when you think about it. I think I saw too much blood.
In the beginning, Yamaguchi must have been killed in the art room, but it's also strange that there was so much blood in the library. It can be said that they disguised him too much. And there, when it comes to the time of death, I have a guess. Maeda, do you remember? When the trial was about to begin, we met in the hallway of the second floor when I just woke up. Huh? Are you talking about that time? Yeah, I definitely told Maeda about this. Right before being stunned by the killer, I saw Yamaguchi bleeding and fainted. What? Wait, obviously Kinjo was attacked, but... Of course, it was at nighttime yesterday.
Then Yamaguchi-kun was...
Monokuma files, some bleeding, blood transfusion packs, and what Kinjo mentioned? I can only say that if the evidence comes out one after another up to this point, then we can make sure of things properly. Alright then, now everyone knows for sure. Kakeru Yamaguchi was not dead at 8:40 this morning, but at 8:40 p.m. yesterday at night.
So that's how it happened.
Pretty good and competent. I'll praise you on this one.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you were locked up anyway, so you didn't know that.
Shut up. Don't pretend to be all smartass.
Kubashikawa, she does have a fucking point.
But oh well, I'll admit it for a little bit. I know the killer as I said before, but I was not sure about the trick. I'll tell you that my gaze on the incompetent has changed by about 0.1%.
That was a compliment, right?
I guess all the mysteries have been solved because Yamaguchi was already dead yesterday. The trick for Inori was solved too. That also includes the movement of the blood spots and the corpses all over the place was indeed solved too. However, the real issue begins after this. Then who is the killer? That is the problem we have on our hands.
Yeah, it's too early to be happy just yet. Even if we solve all the tricks, mysteries, and questions, if we don't know the culprit, this is a bad outcome.
But if the contents so far are true, the criminal deliberately wanted to make 8:40 p.m. and 8:40 a.m. different. The timing was thoroughly calculated for the murder, right? Also, spraying a blood transfusion pack and even had the guts to kill 2 people and attack up to 3 people in a single night.
Yeah, this case is somewhat impulsive and different from the 2 previous cases, which are considered semi-accidents. I'm certain this was a planned murder committed with a crime plan. Kinjo's words are correct. Unlike the previous 2 incidents, I feel a firm malice. It really is. Whoever did this, I want your head on a pike. Are they really among us? A killer who carefully murdered like this? Oh, I should have let it play for a little longer. Kinjo, what should we do in this case? If all the tricks are really solved, if you only need to find a culprit, you should start with an alibi. Since you know the real time of death of Yamaguchi, you will naturally know who the killer is, if you look at each alibi based on this.
Alibi, you mean?
But let's weigh each one. First of all, tell me what everyone did at 8:40 p.m. yesterday, the real time of death of Yamaguchi. Yesterday at 8:40 p.m.? At that time, surely wasn't it the time Taira was making a fuss? Taira's fuss?
Oh, yeah, that.
Taira tried to kill herself last night.
It's no big deal.
I think it's a pretty big deal, Kurokawa!
Taira just got hurt a little. I was there. It's irrelevant for the case. Nikako-chan.
Right, so that leaves Kurokawa, Otori, and I who were there. Iranami, Kubashikawa, and the 5 of us were supporting Taira. When I recall that, I think it was around 8:40 p.m. Okay, if so, I think you can remove the 6 of you from the suspect line.
Good. So the only ones left are the psycho cop, the priest, and me. What? But isn't that weird? Those 3 were the 3 people who passed out because they were aimed by the criminal.
It's nothing you need to think about too hard. I don't want to doubt this, but in this case, there's only one possibility. It's one of them. There's proof that one of the testimonies was lying.
Oh?
Oh.
In between these 3, someone lied?
First, let's be honest. Let's be as honest as possible. Why don't you tell us what you were doing at 8:40 p.m. yesterday?
I was in the 3rd floor area. I was hanging out on the casino side. Unfortunately, no one can testify for this, but
I was also checking the front door, but as I mentioned, I can't prove it was there because there was no one around.
Same here.
What? There were no witnesses for the other 3. So you're saying all 3 are possible to commit the crime?
Well, one of the 3 was not attacked by the killer, but what if they pretended to be attacked?
I'm sorry, but Kinjo, Uehara, and Mekaru, can you tell us the situation when you guys were attacked at dawn? If this solves your doubts. When it was a little over 3 a.m., I was on the way from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor. I usually went to the library side, so I moved there. When I went inside, Yamaguchi was down. I figured he was already dead by now, but at that time, it was necessary to find out if Yamaguchi was simply stunned or dead. But as I was trying to approach him, you were ambushed. Right, normally I'm not always nervous, but I think I was caught off guard for a moment. Probably the killer aimed for that point, and they showed Yamaguchi's body to me. They showed it to you? Yeah, do you understand what I mean? Since Yamaguchi has been moved to the library, it was not as bloody as it is now. Then, in addition to simply confused with Inori, they used it as a bait to attract Kinjo? I wondered why I was only stunned and not killed. But they will regret it. In return for keeping me alive, I will find them out and they'll be punished accordingly.
It was a similar situation for me, but it was probably earlier than Kinjo's. I was attacked near the stairs while trying to go up to the 3rd floor.
What about you, Mikaru?
Well, it's roughly similar. I was attacked near the art room and lost my sight somehow. When I woke up, I was inside the locker. But it all happened in the middle of the night, right? Now it seems that all 3 people were attacked at different times and there were no witnesses, so how do we know who the killer is?
No, even if we were just attacked, doesn't it seem a little different in the method?
The method?
The attack method. Kinjo and Uehara, I know that we saw them get directly beaten and bleeding. The Mikaru was not bleeding nor assaulted in any way. He has a point. I've said that a lot in this episode, haven't I? They have a point. You think Mikaru is the culprit?
Do I really have to tell you every little thing now? It's chloroform. That's what they did.
What? You don't know what's chloroform?
So it was chloroform they used. It sounds rare, but it comes out in use for a lot of things. For example, tap your mouth with a handkerchief
and knock somebody the fuck out.
That would be an effective way to get someone into a coma.
You mean that stuff in the school too?
If you had searched the science hub with even a little interest, you would have been able to find it right away. But it seems your stupidity is not going anyway. Remembering the moment just before the attack, it must have been a handkerchief that was put in my mouth.
Okay, if that's what it was. But really is the culprit. When it comes to alibi, one of those 3 are still a suspect.
Don't think about the process. Let's consider the cause. Why were they ambushed? Why only them?
Why them? Well, the killer is a little strange. It wasn't enough to kill 2 people, so they attacked 3 other people.
If we put it simply, isn't it because they wander around nighttime? And now, if they had some alarm for vibrations prepared in advance, or if the corpses were found, it would be a headache.
Maybe, but...
Oh, I have a little guess. I didn't say this because I wasn't sure, but the cell phone that was used to kill Inori disappeared after I was attacked. I mentioned this to you, Maeda, didn't I?
Oh yes, you were looking for it in the 2nd floor hallway, right?
Oh yeah, Uehara couldn't have the tools necessary for the crime, so they attacked him and took it from him.
Ah, I see. There was a reason for Uehara's ambush. Yep, there was. If that's the reason, then why did they attack Kinjo? If Kinjo moves normally at the time of the crime, it would be difficult for the culprit to get out. Plus, he's the ultimate police officer, right? There was also the results of the 2 previous cases. Teruya, my boy, add those up. Like, seriously, just add those up. They wanted him out of the way. It's as simple as that. Water. Stay hydrated, kids. Actually, in this case, Kinjo is struggling like the rest of us because the trial began without Kinjo collecting enough clues, right? Even though I did research properly, your tone assumed us to pass it all to me. Hey, let's not do that. If the trial fails, Kinjo's life is also at risk, you know? Well, it seems like I can see the truth after coming this far. Huh? Ooh, living in a lazy parallel world? I fucking love this track. I've been suspicious of it, but when I think about the information I've got so far, I can see the silhouette of only one person, the killer. I believe some of you may have realized it. How about it? The killer's silhouette can be seen?
What do you mean, Kinjo-kun? You know the killer?
Everyone's remarks so far with the outline of the case and the alibis combined makes a person who is making contradictory statements. I don't see any contradictory statements, but I think I know exactly who he's talking about. But that person is the true culprit of this case. Contradictory statements. Is it them? If the alibis were all true, the culprit must be one between Kinjo, Uehara, and Mikaru. The one who made a contradictory statement among them is... I will avenge you, I promise.